Y'all, it's Black and White Country out here again, and I just got done doing a little bit of work, and I figured I'd make a video because I noticed something. This video is going to be about tread depth, and does it really matter? Short answer, no, it doesn't matter. As you can see, this tire has plenty of tread. These fronts have been on longer than the rears on this dually. And if you come back here and look at the duals, you can see they got plenty of tread. If you come over to here to these Maxxis buckshots, they don't have hardly any tread. They got a little bit on the side lugs, but in the centers, you can see that center doesn't have very much tread right there. And the fronts, so these are 33-12-50 15s. These are 33-10-50 15s. These fronts have no tread whatsoever. Almost none. There's very, very, very little tread there. And, yeah, in four-wheel drive, I was able to get this thing to spin, partly because it's kind of heavy and it's got stiff suspension and doesn't weight transfer very well. But, in four-wheel drive, I could not get this thing to spin hardly at all, and it doesn't kick up any mud. And my theory about it is that if you're in thick mud, and you got good weight balance, and you got enough momentum, you should be fine. But even, you know, for whatever reason, if you have to stop, don't ever stop, because that's how you actually spin and dig down and get stuck if you're in two-wheel drive. But, you're working with mud on mud here, and I feel like mud on mud kind of pulls just fine. You know, these will clean themselves as you go down the road, for the most part, unlike a street tire. But, you know, a lot of people, and myself included, kind of have the theory that a dually, like this dually has an open diff, so only if you get in bad mud, only one side will spin. But it has two tires on one side. If this thing is in four-wheel drive with both open diffs and it's only spinning one front tire and one back tire, you got just as much traction as you do with this thing in two-wheel drive with an open diff. So if you put it in four-wheel drive, you got like 1.5 times the traction potentially. This thing almost never spins just one tire. It has an open diff, taking the rear end apart. Truck's taking a little bit of a shit. But, you know, it's got an open diff, but I've never seen it spin just one tire unless it was on pavement. But same with the fronts. Every time I put it in four-wheel drive, both the fronts have always spun. Just because the mud is so loose. It's not like rock crawling or anything like that where it's only going to spin one tire. Because there's no traction, period, so all tires usually spin in mud with enough horsepower and enough throttle behind it. But, yeah, my short little video. Tread depth doesn't matter as much as you think it does. Don't get me wrong, having good tires is great, but you can go a lot of places with bald tires that you can with regular tires. Like through here, you can go through this in two-wheel drive and street tires, anything, because it's underneath it's just sand. You know, it's nothing hard to go through. There was an old tram road that we used to go down in Florida when we would go down to the ranch and go hunting down there. It was sand underneath it, but it had 2 foot of water on top of it. And you could go through there with pretty much anything. But let's back up here and get a good view of these two things. That's a shot right there, boys. But, yeah, it's just my little video about that. Hope y'all enjoyed. And I'll see y'all in the next one.